Hey y'all, hey, Sherry G, welcome to the channel. So look, the original Straight No Chaser, she uploaded some more of a conversation between she and Ariana Curry. And I listened to it. And this time I listened to the whole thing. Usually I kind of skip through those recordings because Ariana's a bit much and she can go. And it's kind of hard for me to digest it all. But so I usually just, kind of skip through and just pull out pieces. This time, though, it was only 30 minutes. It was more bearable. I listened to the entire thing. As a matter of fact, I listened to the entire thing twice because I just didn't want to miss anything. Um, it was shorter, but in my opinion, there was a lot packed into this particular audio. So anyway, or this phone call, right? It seems like Ariane was at one time pissed to the highest level of pissosity with Mr. Martel Holt. She wasn't having his situationship with Sheree. It seemed to kind of push her over the edge a little bit, if you will. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and give my commentary, share my views, thoughts, and opinions about that part of the conversation. Before I do, I'm going to go ahead and run my disclaimer so we don't get any channel strikes over here. In the meantime, hit the like button, please, and subscribe to the channel. Hang tight. I'll be right back with my commentary after I run this disclaimer, though. Hey y'all, I'm back. So yeah, looks like during this particular time when Nay and Ariane were having this conversation, Ariane was pissed with Martel, and according to her, she was done. Nay mentioned that the blogs were stating, or there were talks in the blogs that Martel had taken more pictures with Sheree in the short time that they've been together than he did the entire 5, 6, 7 years that he and Ariane were together. And she was not happy about it. Ariane wasn't happy about it. She actually stated that she loved Martel with her whole heart, that even though he called her a peasant, she still had a baby by him and she still continued to love him. She also stated that the only way she would come back to him is if he got down on bended knee and put a ring on it. Well, here we are today, and he still hasn't put a ring on it. And I guess she forgot she said that because if y'all remember, several weeks ago or a few weeks ago, she celebrated her birthday. And Martel surprised her for her birthday. And guess what? That's all he had to do. He surprised her and he's back in because they show up together in the gym. So remember, she did a live in the gym. We could hear his voice. He didn't show his face for whatever odd reason, but we knew it was him, and we knew he was there, and they were talking and everything. And she made it her business to let us know that he was there, and she was just smiling and her eyes were dancing and she was excited. I mean, you could see that she has it for Martel in a big way. So I think this is just like the makeup of their relationship. Nay actually mentioned that she feels like Martel is comfortable with Ariane. And I believe the same, and it's been stated before that there's a comfort with them because they're the same, like they're two of the same, right? Martel can be, in my opinion, when he's with her, he can be as hood as he wants to be with her. He can be as ratchet as he wants to be with her. And all of those things, he can go out and he can do whatever he wants to do, and Ariana's going to take him back, right? And he can probably also talk to her about things that he couldn't talk to other women about. He can tell her some of his deepest, darkest secrets and share with her some of his slimy ways, right? Some of his slimy intentions. And she'd probably be on board, allegedly, and help him, in my opinion. So I don't feel like he will ever put a ring on it, um, because he doesn't have to. Now, what is so interesting to me is that we all know that Martell is a master manipulator, right? Allegedly. But Ariana actually said the same thing. She said that he gets to her, he manipulates her, and he tries to control her. She knows that, but yet she continues to stay. So it was one time I was thinking that she wasn't so aware that she was being manipulated and she wasn't so aware that she was being controlled by this man, but she is aware. She's very much aware. So I don't feel sorry for her at all. I mean, y'all go ahead and be together, Martell and Arionne. But I just hope for the other women who come into his life, I hope they realize that she's always going to be there. She's going to be somewhere in the background. She is his comfort zone. That's it. That's all. Now, another thing that she stated in this particular recording that I found to be interesting was that Melody and Martell were good together. She was fine with them being married. She didn't say that now. This is just me talking. But she did say, they were good together because of the business and because of the money that they brought in. So in my opinion, she was fine with them being married. She knew, in my opinion, that Melody was the one really bringing in the money. And that once that relationship ended, that would be the end of her money. Actually, she stated that she and Martell had a conversation and that he did say that what is he going to do now? Because the show only brings in a small check and he has 5 kids to take care of, right? It's not enough to take care of 5 kids. What is he going to do? He's not going to have any money now. So I know that Ariane realized that was it for the lifestyle that she was used to living, right? Another thing that she said that I thought was interesting, and I'm trying to think of where is she coming from. She said that if Martell had messed with Sheree, that they would be further along. And I'm thinking, further along how? like further along what? Further along in your mess? Further along in your crazy relationship? But further along how? Because it definitely isn't going to be financially, because what is Martell doing? I mean, what is he doing? He's still struggling to try to find himself. And what is she doing? What does she do? I mean, I know she has a little online clothing boutique, but how much money is that bringing in? So I don't know exactly what she meant by that. I just found that to be particularly interesting. Also, she mentioned that she knew that the Scott brothers were cheaters. She knew that they were cheating. She stated that they cheated with linebackers and women who weren't cute. That disgusts me. I hate when women just degrade other women. To me, it's just like you're degrading other women just to bring yourself up and make yourself look better. But in that moment, because I think personally that Ariana is a pretty attractive girl. But in that moment, or lady, woman, right? I say girl because I'm so much older. But in that moment, to me, she just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. Let me just say it disgusts me to hear other women bringing women down like that by talking about them, body shaming and all that. It's just so unnecessary because there's so much more to us than what's on the outside. But then to me, that just is a revelation of what is going on the inside of Ariane, because I personally feel that when women are comfortable with themselves and when they love themselves and they're okay on the inside, they don't really talk like that about other women. Anyway, that's a different story for a different day. Another thing that she mentioned in this particular recording was that she actually filmed for this show. I think Ariane got played. I think they set her up to make her feel like she was going to be on the show. And so the cameras were there, everything, production was there. They kind of gave a green light for a scene. But the odd thing about it was there was no contract and no discussion of money. So I just think she got played because that was never aired. So she was pissed about that too. But yet she claims to feel like, this show was all built on her back. I don't know how. Like they didn't have a storyline without her, but yet they left her scene out of the show. So anyway, I believe she got played. Let's see, what else did she talk about that I thought was pretty interesting? She mentioned that Carlos King was the reason for Melody and Martel's divorce. Yo, what do you think about that? I mean, that's crazy to me. Carlos King is the reason why they got divorced. Not you and Martel cheating. Not you having a baby by Melody's then husband. That had nothing to do with it. It was all Carlos King. So when it comes to Carlos King having to do anything with the divorce of Melody and Martel, I don't believe that he is necessarily the one behind the divorce. Now, he may be the one behind the story getting pushed out there. Although Melody did say she wanted to tell her truth on the show, and we know Martel didn't want it to be put out there. He may have pushed for that, Carlos, but as far as him being the reason why they're divorced, I still see Melody as someone who would have made that decision eventually anyway, especially given the fact that she was disrespected so much by Arionne. I just don't see her taking that disrespect, right? Not to this level. Of course, if they weren't on the show, we wouldn't know anything about them anyway. So who knows how it would have been handled, right? So, like I said, being on the show may be the catalyst behind it happening sooner or quicker, if you will. I don't know. Now, when it comes to Marceau and Leticia, she also mentioned that Leticia was very much aware of the fact that her husband cheated. We all been saying that, right? We all been saying we know she has to know about it and that she was just playing for the cameras. And that's exactly what Arionne said, that she knew she was just playing for the cameras. She was just saving up her coins for the right day. And that might be true. Time will tell. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for you in this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'll be back. Until then, ciao.